giant isopods.
Awesome. I never thought we'd meet creatures that live on the bottom of the ocean.
Whoa! I didn't think anything could live down here. How do they do it?
Yeah, and what do they eat?
Believe it or not, they eat mostly things that sink down from above. Little pieces of dead things.
Or big dead things. Look!
Whoa! A whale fall!
Whale fall?
Yeah, when a whale dies, it sinks and becomes a feast for creatures at the bottom of the sea.
Those guys will eat now, and then they can go for 4 years without eating at all. By then, they may find another whale fall or smaller meal.
Whoa, that's weird. Like food falling from the sky.
Yeah, and you never know when it's coming.
What's that?
Awesome!
Que hermoso!
That thing must be new to science. Mission accomplished. Can we head back to Earth?
Sorry, Jimmy. It's a type of Dumbo octopus, and deep-sea remote cameras only recently captured this guy on film.
He's named after those ear-like wings that help him swim. But hardly anything else is known about this octopus.
Ah, pulpo.
Huh?
Pulpo. It's the Spanish word for octopus. You know, I didn't even know this guy existed, but he looks a lot like my new deep-sea vessel. Hey, I think I just found a new name for our vessel. The Pulponaut. I'll name it after him.
Well, then I guess this guy's name should be Pulpo. I think he likes it.
Pulpo, where are you headed?
It looks like a mountain.
Was this on the map?
This must be the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It's the longest mountain range in the world, but still so unexplored. I've got to map it more.
These underwater mountain ranges have to be home to lots of new creatures. We need to explore it.
And who knows, Gourmand just might be hiding out somewhere around this underwater mountain too.
Pulpo! Nice find. Hey, I think he wants us to follow him.
Well, it worked so far.
Hey, wait for us, buddy.
Whoa, Jimmy, slow down.
He just pounced on something, octopus style.
Oh boy, we're about to witness a new behavior.
And a new creature power. And I'll admit, Dumbo octopus can cook.
Not a new behavior, but it is a sign that we're on the right track to find Gourmand.
He's been here for sure.
I think he wants us to keep following him.
Do you think this undersea alien of a creature is trying to lead us somewhere?
Well, octopus are super smart, and this is his world, so maybe he knows something we don't.
Show us the way, Pulpo.
I hope Chris and Martin can see our light with all the other light-producing fish around.
Okay, but I thought light bulbs made light, not fish.
It's bioluminescence. Some sea creatures can make two different chemicals inside a special body part called a photophore. And when they mix them together, they make a glowing light. It's kind of like a glow stick. Two chemicals inside, and when mixed, it glows.
Why do so many sea fish have it?
Jimmy, quick, shine the light there.
Go closer. Okay, so I know those zooplankton glow to find each other and stick together in the deep sea. That's one reason for bioluminescence, communication.
And the deep sea shrimp knows they do that, so they're attracted to lights hoping to get a meal.
But bigger predators know that little predators, like the shrimp, do this. So, another use of bioluminescence, hunting. That anglerfish has a built-in fishing pole.
Wow, he really fooled that shrimp.
And there's a third use of bioluminescence, defense.
Wow, there are so many uses for bioluminescence.
It's only one of the most important chemical reactions in the sea. And you know what that means?
I do?
It means I've got to figure out bioluminescence for my next creature
I guess it's up to you and me to find the lost Kratts brothers.
Do I have to do everything around here?
Wow. A dragonfish. We hit the jackpot, bro. These guys are the masters of bioluminescence. They use it for everything.
Tell me about it. Those photophores on the side are for communication with other dragonfish. He can turn them on at will when he has something to say.
And the light on the tip of the barbel is sometimes used to confuse predators, but mostly it's used as a fishing pole.
And wait, what's that under his eyes? Oh, gotta scan this. Whoa, it's a special red light, a spy light that other fish down here can't see. Humans can't see it either.
So dragonfish have invisibility power. They're like spies. They can see with that light, but other fish like predators and prey can't see them.
Wow. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, bro?
I think I'm thinking what you're thinking.
I think we're thinking the same thing.
Aviva, come in. Dragon Chaser's here.
Dragon chasers?
We need a dragonfish suit. They have the coolest bioluminescence.
Dragonfish? Okay, I'm already working on bioluminescence, so no problem.
Okay, you've got to see this.
What?
There is a creature in these holes that might have a creature power that might get us off this island.
Okay.
Shh, in there.
Oh, qué lindo.
Aviva, meet Puffo. Puffo, this is Aviva.
He looks like a little parrot. Huh. A little ground parrot that can't even fly. How is a flightless ground parrot going to rescue us and help us find our friends?
Because it's a Puffin! And it's the perfect creature to save us.
I'm not seeing that.
But Aviva, have you forgotten? Every creature has a power. Come on, Aviva. But come on, start programming. The Puffin has the perfect power to save us. For starters, he can fly. And how?
I don't know, Martin. Still not seeing it. Still not seeing it. Whoa!
There! A Puffin is a little seabird that can fly so far. A Puffin can fly 100 kilometers out to sea, looking for big schools of small fish like herring and sardines. When he spots them, the Puffin dives. He plunges into the water and catches a fish in his beak. And then he comes to the surface to eat them. When he has eaten enough and is full,
He comes back?
no, he keeps diving, catching more fish. And more fish. And more fish. And he stores them in that special beak.
What special beak? What's so special? Hola, I didn't see you there.
See the Puffin's big parrot-like beak?
Yeah?
That beak is specially designed to carry lots of fish.
Oh yeah, look! Naturally serrated edges. I can see how that can hold fish.
Look, here he comes. He's returning with a full beak. That's how the Puffin carries food back, in his beak.
Increíble! How many does he have?
18, 19, 20.
Why does he have to carry so many fish?
To bring food for his mate who stays with the chicks, and to feed the chicks themselves.
Aww!
I'll call you Puff, and you, the Finster.
I got it! Programming Puffin powers. Hi, Mama Puffin. Let's scan you. This is awesome! Whoa, check out these feathers. You guys sure have some impressive creature powers. I hope there'll be enough to find everybody.
I hope somebody finds me.
I hope somebody finds me.
Oh, I hope somebody finds me.
See that round thing at the top of the starfish? Lots of people think it's an eye, but it's not. It's a way for the starfish to get water into its body. That whole system of water-filled tubes is the way that the starfish moves its arms and activates its little power suckers. See? It works with water power.
I get it!
And when the starfish wants to release the suckers, the water system helps with that too.
That was not my idea of relaxing.
But Jimmy, you didn't even have to get out of your chair.
Okay, this should do it. Every intertidal creature needs a way to deal with the crushing waves, and a mussel holds on with sticky rope-like threads that attach to rocks. All right, all set. Bring on the waves. Hey, dog whelks. Come here, boys. Come on. Come here, doggies. Cool. A dog whelk is a totally different kind of snail than the limpet. These guys don't eat algae. They're predators. They eat things like clams, barnacles, and... uh-oh. Mussels. Okay, doggies. Nice doggies. Down, doggies. Oh, no. Not your sharp drill-like tongue. He's drilling a hole in that mussel's shell. A shell is no protection from these guys. Ooh, injecting the digestive juices. That'll turn the mussel into a soupy mix that he can just slurp up with his straw-like tongue. Oh man, it is tough out here. You fasten yourself to a rock to deal with the waves, but it makes you an easy meal for the predators. No. No. No, please don't make a soup out of me. I can't move. The downside to sticky threads. The sticky threads. I almost forgot. That's the mussel's defense against dog whelks. Sticky thread defense. Sorry, doggies, but I'm gonna have to tie you up for a while.
Chris, the tide is coming back up.
Thanks, Nolan. I'm gonna have to find a way to get mobile. Fast!
Well, the tide's almost back up again. They both made it through high tide and low tide.
Yup, it looks like it's going to be a race to the finish line. Chris is closer than Martin, but they're both stuck as creatures that don't move.
Hey, Aviva! We gave them the new starfish discs. Great. Now we'd better get to the finish line. This could get interesting.
Come on, Starfish. I'm a tasty barnacle. A starfish favorite. Haha, yum. Oh, yeah. Aviva finished the starfish power disc just in time. That's right. Come on, buddy. Activate starfish power. Whoa! Yes, I'm mobile. Finish line, here I come. Don't worry, buddy. If I ever get out of here, I'll cut you loose before I go. But if I don't find a way out of here soon, Martin's gonna win this challenge. I need a little luck here. Yes, something coming my way. Oh no, it's Martin. Hey, Chris, see you at the finish line.
Jimmy, just a little more time and we win this game.
If we just stay away from rocks and away from the surface, we'll get past level 1.
Level 1? Are you in your video game mode?
Why do you think we're winning this thing? Uh-oh, is this predator action?
Whoa! Hey! Make up your mind, people. I mean, fish. What's going on?
I don't know. But this is like expert level fish mobiling.
It's them! Ah! To the center!
Close it up! Circle around! Okay, we've got them herded up in a ball just like the dolphins do it. Hey, quick, whistle. How does this look? Oh yeah, they like it.
Now, let's start moving the fish up towards the surface and cut off their escape routes. Going up!
Oh no! Soon we'll have nowhere to go!
That's perfect, Chris. They're starting to leap to get away. And I'm ready to catch a fishmobile dolphin style.
We're gonna have to leap for it. It's the only way.
Then let's do it together. At least one of us should get away.
1, 2, 3, now!
Got you this time, Koki.
Okay, fine. But Jimmy got away, and you guys are almost out of time. Go, Jimmy, go!
In the clear! Woohoo! Oh no! The rest of the pod! Retreat! Retreat! Ah!
Wait, no! Easy, Dolphins! We're just playing a game! Swim, Jimmy, swim!
Uh-oh. Even the pelicans want in on the action. Pelicans are smart birds. They know an opportunity for food when they see one. They're attracted to the bait ball.
Oh no! Jimmy?
Is it?
Phew.
It's not Jimmy.
This is the most intense video game I've ever played, but I'm loving it!
We gotta catch Jimmy before these guys do. Gular, thanks for dropping in. Activate Pelican power! To the Jimmy rescue!
Go, Chris, go! I'll keep them on the surface. Hang on, Koki.
Okay, 14 meters. And scanning. Whew, great pelican eyesight. And there! Dive! Oh, I've got him right where I want him. Corkscrew neck to the left to protect on impact.
Huh? Oh no!
And scoop!
Hey! Get me out of here! Woohoo!
Yes, nice catch, bro.
Oh, so close!